Mm, 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 mm. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? I'm great. The arpeggio di Italy, the coffee, the blackie, and it tastes so damn good. So the purple pod from Nespresso is the one for me. The purple and the gold one. Arpeggio and Caramelito. They are both incredible. Welcome to the video. I hope you're all very, very well. Today we are going to talk about diet tricks, and tips for you guys to get shredsors with as little detriment to your hunger as possible. You're still gonna get hungry, alright? You're still gonna get hungry, but these are things that can help you. First tip of the day: fast. I encourage you to try and fast a little bit. A black coffee can block appetite a little bit. It doesn't spike insulin if it's black as well, which is quite cool. It does spike it, but it's so minuscule it comes back down to baseline pretty damn quickly, so it's cool. Gives you a little bit of energy to go forward until however long your fast is. And it can act very, very nicely as a stimulant. So I have my coffee, I then go do my cardio. That takes up a bit of time, and then we try and delay that food further on down the line so you've got more to eat in less time, which kind of gives you that mindset of you're eating more than you actually are. For example, yesterday, my rest day, I fasted until like 1 p.m. And then I managed to have like 5 meals between 1 and 9, which is nice. I woke up a little bit heavier because of it, but like satisfaction wise, mentality wise, you've got to play that game. You've got to play that game. If you're dieting for 12, 16, 20 weeks, you've got to play this game. So first tip, get your coffee in. Get your coffee in. It's a funny one because I have like 20, so there's 27,000 of you guys on YouTube, right? 27,000 of you follow me on YouTube. 27,000 of you also follow me on Instagram. I wonder how many of you are the same. I do wonder how many of you guys are the same people on Instagram and YouTube. And if you're on YouTube but not Instagram, how come? Do you prefer listening to people talk for a long period of time? Or do you like snapshots into people's life like Instagram? Because if you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably should. Because there's lots of information every single day. Cardio time. I'm not going to take this big camera into cardio. Right, yeah, hi guys, I'm here to do 30 minutes of cardio. Do you mind if I film 7 angles? Yeah, no.
Man, seems like the low's been a little lower than usual. Can't let these
people often... Where are my tricep shot? People often ask me, Josh, you're the omelette king, but how do you make your omelettes? Now, while you're waiting for that egg white omelette, that beautiful egg white omelette, which you wish was 5 eggs, but it's not, you can just prepare a lovely salad. For me, I love mixed leaf. I love broccoli sprouts. While you're taking your time over that, say 2 minutes, you come back to your omelette, and then you think, what have I created? This. Leave it. Oh. And then you can just... Are you mad? And there we have it. The most perfect. Look at that. Look at this. Every time you can just straight off salt, pepper, bon appetit. In for the thumbnail. I do apologize for being shirtless and all of this. It is so hot, and I'm in like a flat that's only got a balcony. I do love this flat. But it's only got a balcony, so it just gets a bit hot in here. So the next tip is going to be food volume. Like here, I've got egg whites, 300 grams of egg white is a big ass omelet. Like, you've seen it, it's a big ass omelet. So in order to get that big ass omelet in me, it takes a lot of chewing, which can really help with satiating. Just the act of actually chewing can tell your brain that you're eating a lot and can help with a little bit of hunger signals. But like, if I compared this 300 grams of egg whites compared to like 30 grams of whey, which would be like the equivalent of protein, like the whey would be like nothing, you know, like, you know, I have my mug cakes. That's just not feasible when I'm trying to like fill myself up a little bit more. So pick things that are going to fill you out. Obviously I've got my vegetables here and stuff, but just think about your food choice, and this is where if it fits your macros crew gets a little bit lost, is when you're trying to like have what's it called, Oppo and stuff, all the low calorie ice creams. Is that there's a lot of like nutrition that you can have, like, yeah, it tastes great and you can fit it in, but that 50 carb that you just had in ice cream, which wasn't very filling, you could have had in like, you know, some oats or something, which would have filled you out a little bit better. So think about it, set yourself up properly. This is going to be a legitimate one, but it may not seem conducive to making dieting easier. But I'm going to go for a walk right now. I'm going to get in a couple thousand steps. Obviously I have a step goal per day, guys. If you're not having a step goal per day, I suggest that you have a step goal per day. If you have to imagine you're pushing your body to lose weight consistently, you're going to eventually get to that position where your body doesn't want to lose weight that much, right? And you actually got to fight quite hard for yourself to lose that. So subconsciously or even consciously, you're going to start sitting down more. You're going to start doing less, like walking about. You're going to take the elevators. You're going to take the long way around, you're going to take the short way around. So actually monitoring how many steps you do per day to keep that at a minimum just keeps at least an output there. So you know that you're monitoring that, and because, you know, for example, if we keep putting in cardio, but you're doing less activity per day, you're sitting on your ass more, you're relaxing more, that in itself makes you have to do more cardio or eat less, you know. So actually by doing these low impact things like walking around, getting steps, accumulating steps over the day, we can really reduce the need to take away calories and the need to increase cardio the whole time. So also stay productive, like put a podcast on, take your mind away from food. If your heart rate's up, like you generally like your hunger kind of goes away. Like if you're not really hungry during a session ever, really, apart from towards the end. Same as cardio, because heart rate's up, everything's not focused on being on digesting and eating. So do things that take your mind away from it. Next meal, I'm actually gonna fire like a fair few tips at you right now, just because I thought of quite a lot while I was here. First one's gonna be meal timing. Don't cramp all your meals into one. Eat them every 3 to 4 hours so you can have a full digestive. We know that it's gonna take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to fully digest. Obviously, if you're depleted, hungry, you're probably gonna digest a little bit quicker. If you're full, it's gonna be a little bit slower. So wait for the full digestion process to happen. Eat every 4 hours. I think quality actually stands for something like, this is a big, nice, healthy meal. It's only like a couple hundred calories, maybe 300 calories. But just think like how small you could make this with, like something that you would consider less quality and maybe not as, you know, like a grenade bar is almost like the same as this, you know, plus like a little bit extra. That's crazy. So you've got to think about that food choice in terms of quality as well. And I think quality does go a long way. We have a big leg session today at King's Gym. I'm headed down there to train with one of my clients. I've got a videographer in, so I kind of just put an Instagram post out there like saying, yo, anyone want to film? This guy said yes, so see you guys in a bit. I think another very important aspect of dieting is going to be your routine and just training your goddamn body to know when it's coming, to know when your food is here. You know, like it's the same in the off season, to be honest. Like whenever I was in the off season, I used to, you know, religiously eat at the same time, because I knew that if I constantly ate at the same time, my body would start to get hungry at that time. And similarly, my body knows cardio is coming, my body knows that training is coming. You know, as soon as that pre-workout hits my lips, I can feel my heart rate rise, and I can feel myself start to get that tingle, because the body knows exactly what's coming. So there's something to be said for routines. What's up, everybody? We are here in King's Gym. It is hot, it is sweaty. It's going to be a big session. Here with one of my clients, Jack. We're going to get a big session in today. The volume is fairly low for me at the moment. I dropped the rest pauses off, so we'll load up a pendulum, a leg press, a few extensions and curls, and then we'll be sorted. But it's going to be a big one nevertheless. It's going to be a full edit for you. Hope you enjoy this one. See you after.
cardio session. I've not missed a calorie. I've not missed a step. I've not missed anything, you know. That was a serious fucking case of nutsack time. That was one of the hardest sessions. Well, I say this every fucking leg session. That was one of the hardest leg sessions to date. These leg sessions don't really get easier. I think a big reason of why they don't get easier is just because of the Stairmaster and just hitting that Stairmaster every day. They don't really get that full recovery in the legs, but it is what it is. My next tip for you is going to be get yourself into a parasympathetic state. We can talk about autonomic nervous system, sympathetic versus parasympathetic. Sympathetic is essentially your fight or flight mode when I'm in that gym and I'm screaming, I'm shouting, my blood is flowing, my adrenaline is high, my digestive system is down-regulated, my stomach, my saliva, my stomach acid is all down-regulated because we are focusing on fight or flight. This is not a time you need to be digesting, which is why intra, I'd only have something like an EAA. I wouldn't be eating bananas and shakes and stuff because you need that digestive capability to do that. Right now, I'm post-workout, my heart rate is still above 90, I'm still breathing fast, I'm still recovering, I'm still in that sympathetic state. What you need to do is make that conversion to the parasympathetic state. Simply just meditate. You can meditate, you can breathe, you can simply just wait half an hour until your heart rate is down to baseline, and then you are prepared to eat and digest and assimilate better. And I promise you, you will assimilate better, which will help with hunger, which will help long term. I'm going to die. I have to wait 45 minutes now for an osteopath in King's Gym, so I'm just going to chill, get some client work done in the car. I'm going to head back in and get that done, and then we'll head back home.
I feel like now is a good time to talk about like mentality, and a huge part of what people are missing in dieting is actually having the mentality to say, I'm fucking dieting now, let's do this. Like let's flip that switch and go. And like I know I probably make it look easy to some people because it's clockwork, you know, I've got everything set up, I've done it before. But that is by no means means it easy. Like it's not easy being this lean and having crazy veins in your legs and stomach and having really little body fat, you know. Like I am affected by that, and I do have effects from that, and I think I'll do a video about that, like the real shit that's happening. Not that it's like anything crazy, like it's standard prep stuff, but it is hard, and you have to be able to make that commitment for when it gets hard, because you can do that first 4-8 weeks and be like, cool, this is easy, I can do this. But when it starts to get hard and cardio gets harder and you don't want to do it, and then you start eating less and less, and you start eating the point where you're doing more output than you are input, like it's hard. So I think a big part of it is mentality. So if you've got the mentality to do it, great. If you haven't, find your why, and you'll make a huge difference. I'm going to chill for a little bit. I'm going to wait to my lovely, lovely lady comes home. I can't wait to see her. Going to go for a few more steps, and we'll round up the video with the final tips. Actually, how disgusting is this? Tell me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how disgusting is it? Does it make you feel sick? Look at that fucking meaty vein. Ooh.
Fine, and he's not so much as just said, sorry.
So we had a big session today. It was actually a really good session. I felt really, really good. Like I had some crazy veins in my legs, which I never thought I would have in my life. So checking the mic's on. So to have those was a milestone for me, and to have the leanness that I've got in my legs was crazy. So that was pretty cool to see. And then I went to the osteopath. I've got a problem. So when I'm in a pose, right? So I'm here trying to do this pose, and I'm trying to keep this lat out. I get some shoulder pain in the back, and she just kind of opened me all up. So now I feel pretty good when I open that lat out. So that was pretty nice. The final tip I want to leave you guys with. There's so many things that you can do out there. There's so many diet hacks that you can do out there, but I wanted to stick to so many fundamentals and just things that you can do that are easy without just like gimmicky, protein fluffs and all this kind of stuff, because that stuff's not that good for you. But here's something that is good for you: sleeping. Did you know that sleeping less than 7 hours can massively influence your ghrelin and leptin hormones, which are your hunger hormones, which can stimulate your appetite, but can also stimulate your cravings. So like having a poor night's sleep can just make you crave more, and that's just not a good thing, So actually spending some time in your sleep hygiene. I have a video about sleep hygiene, so just click the link above and just watch that. And I think it would really, really change your life by really taking command of your sleep. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. I'll see you very, very soon. We are 2.5 weeks out. I have a 2 weeks out video with a full physique update coming out soon. I will drop a peak week video as well, and then we'll just monitor all the way through. So it's getting real, guys. Let's keep working. Peace.